EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Coming up, it's divisional round.
Let's go, man.
We've got an AFC battle in town between the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders. The first of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's got room. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts him right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossen. And the Raiders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. O'Connell. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, O'Connell looking deep for Adams. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Max Crosby in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. On the return, it's White. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. O'Connell got his man complete over the middle. That's Ali. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball.
He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. O'Connell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. has the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved. Right? Turnover, you just know that
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
the punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on the East. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Richardson looking to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Richardson now on 2nd down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Keon Crossen. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, O'Connell. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. O'Connell. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Kwity Paye. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kwity Paye drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 2nd down, here's Richardson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Come on.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take... Six-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Looking to throw. O'Connell. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A big one coming in this divisional round play. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw on 2nd down. O'Connell. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Richardson. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. From the gun, it's Taylor. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting it.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Aaron Donald. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Third and long for Richardson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. To be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Throwing on first down. O'Connell. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. A gain of 37.
19 Tiger.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. Touchdown, Colts. Jonathan Taylor, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 2nd down, Jacobs takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. To throw on 3rd down, O'Connell. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Richardson on 2nd down. This pass caught, it's Woods. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
After running it, now Richardson will throw it. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And this will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. To throw again, O'Connell. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. O'Connell. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Richardson off the play fake. Pass out left, caught by Woods. They get 16 out of that one, but they still need to convert on third. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Richardson to throw off play action. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Richardson to the air on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Off play action, Richardson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and play another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. So they stay